What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pens and Tea. My name's Carrie, and today we're going to be talking about a maple sugar tea and the Delta Dolcevita Masterpiece. So this tea is a limited edition tea. I believe you can still get it, but they brought it out as part of their Halloween reemergence tea, and it is called Maple Sugar. This literally has apple, cinnamon, real maple sugar. Sweet all-natural black tea blend is warming hug on a chilly day. And the ingredients are black tea, apple, cinnamon, maple syrup pieces, monk fruit, and natural maple flavoring. You take this about one perfect teaspoon, which is like 2 teaspoons, into near boiling water. Let it steep for about 4 to 7 minutes, and then you're good to go. And this has about a medium caffeine level. To me, I would not want to call this maple sugar because, as a Canadian, which is so weird. Okay, this is going to be a side tangent note. David's Tea is based out of Montreal, so they're Canadian. What's up, guys? Don't call something maple if that's not the main flavor. Just saying. The main flavor I detect is cinnamon. It's a little heavy on the cinnamon for my liking. It's still a very enjoyable tea. But even when you smell it, that's primarily what you get, is just a very sweet smell and then cinnamon. So I'm a little disappointed. It's still a very nice tea. I would still, I'm going to finish this whole bag. It's not like it's disgusting or anything. It's just a little bit misleading. If you're going to call something maple sugar, I expected, maple flavoring. So bit of a miss for me. I wouldn't buy more. I believe it's about $8 for 50 grams worth of this tea, but I can't quite remember, to be honest. I think it's $8.95 or $8.98 for 2 ounces, and 50 grams is a little less than 2 ounces, so about $8 roughly. So I wouldn't get it again, but if you get the opportunity to try it and you like cinnamon flavored teas, then I think you would really like it. So definitely check that out. But one pen that, spoiler, I really do like is the Delta Dolcevita Masterpiece. This is mid-size, so it's not oversized, not like the Delta Dolcevita oversize. That pen was enormous. Holy good grief, Batman, it was enormous. This pen is perfect size in my opinion. So the top finial here, I'll try and get a better shot, but it has the Delta logo in gold with black around it. You have a gold clip here that kind of comes down into a little pinched point. The clip is pretty nice, actually. It's like the perfect tension for me anyways. You have a gold vermeil trim around the cap point, and you won't be able to see it temporarily until I get a better close-up, but right there it does say mid-size, number 1324 in Italy. And then up at the top says Delta Dolcevita Masterpiece. So just in case you forget what pen you had. Coming down into the body, it tapers a little bit to the end cap here, which is their typical gorgeous, and this lighting does nothing to show off the depth of material that this orange offers. It is darker in real life, again, than the window lighting I've got over here. Makes it look a little bit lighter on camera, but the orange is darker in real life, kind of with black swirls and stuff like that. These swirls, each pen is going to be individual, so no pen will look identical, which is really cool. Around the end cap here, you have a gold band. And the reason why you have a gold band is because you can unscrew this end cap and access the converter. This is a cartridge converter pen, so you can access that without having to remove the body, which is kind of cool. So if you take off the cap, it reveals the gorgeous nib, and the grip section to me is really, really nice. I really like it. It's the perfect grip for me. It is a little bit short, so my thumb does sit back up here, but the threads, you like, even like putting your finger over here, you can barely feel them. They are insanely smooth. Whoever decided to do the threading on this pen, or Delta in general, is a genius, because it's amazing. And even this step up here, it's a very small step, but because they have this gold ring that's completely smoothed over, it just feels like a seamless step to me. It's so pleasant. And the finish on this pen is so incredibly smooth that it's perfect. It really is. I'm just gonna twist this guy back on. And again, with the threading, taking off the body of the pen, beautiful. You can tell that they did not polish the material here like they did to the outside of the pen. That doesn't bother me because you don't see it, but just like the way that this will thread back together is literally like butter. Like, it threads and unthreads itself. Like, I've never been more impressed with how a body threads onto the grip section before. That was never something that I was like, oh yeah, this is so great. But this is so great. Then you do have access to the Delta branded converter, and you have this like extra large chunk here so that you will be able to access it through the body of the pen. So you can fill it both ways, just to give you options. Because of that though, you cannot eyedropper convert this pen. That means nothing to me because I don't really ever eyedropper convert. The only time I ever do is like my Noodlers and Ponset kind of thing. You can post this pen, post quite securely, but to me it does become back weighted when I do post. But if you have larger hands or you frequently post all your pens, then you probably would want to use it posted. It's got decent weight to it. It feels, with the cap on it, it's a little heavy because the cap does hold a decent amount of weight, but with the cap off of it, it feels pretty nice in my hand, and it fits very, very comfortably. I really, really enjoy using this pen, and I really, really like the actual design of it. Like I said, the orange is a little bit darker in real life, but absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to flip this camera around and I'm going to show you how this bad boy writes. Okay, so I did forget to tell you the price in the other section. US dollars, you're looking at about $360. However, Chatterley Luxuries has it on sale right now for $225. So Canada, if you are going to pick it up around Chatterley Luxuries right now, even with our completely abysmal exchange rate, you're looking at about $304 for it. So not too bad. I think you get a lot of pen for what that's worth. And the nib writes really, really well. Like I said, this one happens to be a fine, and it is also filled up with Pilot Iroshizuku Yamaguri. But you can get like medium broad. I'm pretty sure you can get like an italic as well. But this pen is really, really great. I've never had any issues with hard starts, skipping, anything like that. No matter what I've asked of it, it's always been able to keep up. It's pretty dang smooth. You do get a bit of feedback, but it is a fine nib after all. And typically you do get some feedback the smaller nib size you go. As far as like line variation goes, you can definitely get some. So if you were, in desperate need for whatever reason to get a little bit of line variation out of a pen that's not really supposed to flex, you definitely can get some. You can probably push it from a fine to a medium, and you would be okay. Reverse writing is definitely a little bit scratchy, but you can then get to like an extra fine. So if push comes to shove, you can probably go extra fine, fine, medium, but just kind of focus on obviously that. The wetness of the pen is pretty dang good. Again, for being a fine nib, which will typically run a little bit drier, this is a pretty wet nib, which I like. If you guys know anything about me, the wetter the pen, the better. I absolutely love wet pens. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with this nib. With the pen in general, I actually really, really like it. I was a little bit nervous because the only experience with the Delta that I had prior to that, that I've owned, is the Delta Sereno, which I was not happy with. But the Delta Dolcevita Oversize that I borrowed from a friend, I was really happy with the writing performance of it, but the pen itself was just too big for me to really get used to it. So I kind of bought this blind, but I'm really, really glad that I did, because it is awesome. So do I recommend it? Heck yes. But guys, that will be about it for me today. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. It really does mean a lot. Don't feel afraid of that comment section below. What I'm really impressed with, guys, right now is the amount of interaction between yourselves. I appreciate the fact that you guys are starting to have conversations down there. So feel free to continue to do that. On the end slate here that's popped up, if you hit that my profile picture there, you can subscribe. New videos come out every Monday and Friday, and as often as I can, I do release Q&A type videos on Tuesdays. So guys, as always, I will see you next time. Bye.